was one digging ditches beside the road, when the king himself happened to pass that way and asked him, "Tell me, dear man, how much do they pay you a day for such hard work?" "Oh, your majesty, for this I have 3 groschen a day." The king was surprised to hear this and asked him how he could live on 3 groschen. "Oh, your majesty, if that was all I had to do, it would be easy. But I pay back the first of the 3, lend the second, and the third is all I have to live on myself."
The king did not understand what he meant. He rubbed his forehead while he thought about it, but no answer occurred to him, so he confessed frankly that he did not understand how is it possible to pay back land and live on 3 groschen.
"Well, sire," said the poor man, "it's like this. I'm caring for my father, who is now old and weak. I'm paying him back because he brought me up. But I also have a little son to look after. I'm lending him money, so he'll pay me back when I grow old. And I myself have to live on the 3 groschen."
"So that's how it is," said the king in delight. "You see, my dear man, I have at home 12 advisers, and the more I pay them, the more they complain they have nothing to live on and to spend. Now I'll ask them to solve your riddle. But if they should come to ask you, don't tell them what it means until you see my face." Saying this, he gave the poor man a handful of gold coins and went on his way.
As soon as he arrived home, he summoned his 12 advisers. "You who can't make ends meet with so much money, there is a man in this land who has no more than 3 groschen a day. Yet he pays back one of them, lends the second, and only has the third to live on, but still manages to make an honest living. Now, if you are so wise, tell me how that is possible, because if you don't tell me by the day after tomorrow, I'll have you all driven out of my country, so at least I won't have to feed you for nothing."
The famous advisers went away looking glum and began to discuss how this could be. Each of them wanted to be wiser than the others, but none of them could equal the common sense of the simple man. One day passed, then the second too. On the third morning they were to appear before the king, but they still couldn't fathom it out.
In the end, someone whispered to them where they could find that poor man, suggesting he was the one who should most likely help them out. They sought him out and all went to see him. They kept pestering him with pleas and threats to tell them what he did with those 3 groschen. But he wouldn't let them frighten him. He told them about the king's command and added,
"If you showed me the king's face, you might be getting somewhere." "How can we show you the king's face?" the advisor lamented. "The king won't come to you just because we ask him to, and you wouldn't be allowed to appear before him either. Just tell us some other way of finding out the answer. If you can't even think of how to do that, then I can't help you.
They tried a different approach. They promised him the earth. They brought him a large sum of money, saying that he ought have enough to live on, even without the king's favor, if only he ought tell them that one thing. But he stood his ground.
Only then they offered him a real pile of money, and he had had enough of laughing at sight of such wise men at such a loss did he pull out of his pocket one of the gold coins the king had given him and said, "You see, here is a picture of the king. He gave it to me himself. I can see him clearly. I have no reason to fear that I'm going against the king's orders, so I can tell you what I like." And he told them who it was.
On the third day, it was easy for the advisers to give the king an answer. When the poor man had lent them his common sense, but the king immediately suspected what had happened. He summoned the poor man and asked him, "Tell me, how is it that you and otherwise honest men have disobeyed my royal command after all?"
I didn't disobey you, your majesty, because they got nothing out of my until I saw your own face. I still have it here. You gave it to me yourself. He pulled out the gold coin with the king's image on it and told him the whole story about the 12 advisers, how they had threatened him and begged him, and how they had given him gifts, and also how he had made fun of them.
Well, said the king, if you are so wise that you have more sense than my 12 advisers, you won't dig ditches anymore, but you will live at my court like a lord and sit next to me at meetings of the council. And you, he addressed his advisers, aren't you ashamed of yourselves? What shall I do with you now? Not only will I not raise you wages, I even take away from what you have already. They never went to ask the king for higher wages again.